I know what you here for. Let's get to that sports talk, baby. You know it's your guy Lace him up over here. It's your guy Vance over here. Welcome into Inside the Lines, where you're gonna get all your questions, all your questions answered. We're gonna break it down for you. Starting with Monday night, we had a doubleheader. Titans versus the Dolphins, which was kind of boring. So we're gonna get to just that in a second, but we're gonna go to the actual good game, Seahawks versus the Detroit Lions, where a lot of things special was going on. We remember the trick play. We remember the trick play in that game. Did you see that, Vance? You like that trick play from Jared Goff? You like that trick play? Yes, sir. But 18 for 18 for Jared Goff. Didn't miss a throw. Pretty sure Dan Campbell gave out the wrong game ball. Let's hear him talk about how surprising his guy did.
Well, I just gave the game ball to somebody else, so I feel awful right now. Yeah. No, I knew he played a heck of a game. I did not realize he was perfect.
Yeah, he went perfect, Vance. He went perfect too. 18 for 18. Looks like one of the top quarterbacks in the NFC. Is he the top quarterback in the NFC, Jared Goff?
He's making a case for it. I mean, 100% complete percentage like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, 18 for 18.
Yeah, 18 for 18. As someone who's a Niner fan, I mean, we're the only team in the West that won, so thank you, Detroit. What I will say is Detroit is super underrated. I said this last year, even though we beat them, they are still a good team. They can still hurt you at any moment.
Yeah, for sure. And the crazy part is total yardage, 516 from the Seahawks to 389 for Detroit. They had less time of possession. They capitalized over turnovers. 2 turnovers for DK Metcalf. He's fighting for yardage, which go down. You're not going much anywhere anyway. You're just trying to prove your strength. It's just you know what I'm saying? Just trying to do too much. You like my coach said, you're trying to be a hero, you become a zero. And he was trying to be a hero on that play, and they knocked that ball out, and it was a fumble, and they capitalized. And Montgomery went in for the touchdown after that play. They capitalized on that, or either Jahmyr Gibbs. I know Jahmyr Gibbs had 2 touchdowns. He had a good game, and the running game had a good game. They was giving the running backs was giving each other hugs. Geno Smith played decent, but I'm not gonna say he was great. He threw 38 passes. I mean, holy crap! I think it was 38 for 52. Geno. You said what, Van?
Good for Geno.
Yeah. Geno Smith, 38 for 56, 395 yards, a touchdown, and 1 interception. That was at the end of the game. So it really didn't matter. They were going to lose this game anyway, being down, I think 2 scores, basically 2 scores. Kenneth Walker, 12 carries, 3 touchdowns for Kenneth Walker, and this was his debut back from injury. They needed a guy like that. And they were fighting. The Seahawks got down 14-0 at one point. Then they got it back to 7, and then they were back down to 14. But Kenneth Walker, he was getting in the end zone, and the DNs not keeping it contained. Kenneth Walker bounces out, gets in the end zone, and I mean, when you can't keep contained, you see what happens. Touchdowns happen. DK Metcalf had a really good game, 7 receptions for 104 yards. They pulled him back on 1 touchdown on the right side of the field. I think it was a good long touchdown on the right side of the field. They missed he didn't get the touchdown, ruled at the 1 yard line. And we know what happens after that. I think Jahmyr Gibbs finishes the job.
It's good to see Kenneth Walker back, but I got to tell you, I've said this last year as well. Zach Charbonnet is a hell of a player. I'm looking at the stats right now. Zach Charbonnet is a heck of a player, but I know he didn't get a touchdown. Kenneth Walker got all 3, but when he gets carries, he's pretty good. He didn't play great yesterday, but when he gets time and when he gets someone who
he played. Yeah, that backup running back definitely played good. I know you're talking about Charbonnet. He's not as explosive as Kenneth Walker, but he can get you those gritty yards. He could definitely get you those gritty yards. So you want a second down back to complement your first down back in that type of way. Shout out to Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson, and now McNichols. That's my guy. Amon-Ra St. Brown with an amazing pass to Jared Goff. That was in the breadbasket. I mean, woo-wee. That was a beautiful pass. Amon-Ra after the game talking about, hey, look, if both of his quarterbacks are in the lineup, he could be the third emergency quarterback. We could slow your roll, but it was a really good pass to Jared Goff, and Jared Goff caught it. I know a lot of Philly fans kind of felt some type of way that Jared Goff caught that pass down that sideline. They had a really good game out of the Lions, keeping it consistent, keeping the lead up. And how if I'm an NFC team, how feared are you of the Detroit Lions this year? Now proving it that they can do it back-to-back years.
I mean, they've only done it 1 year, but I get your point. I will say they do scare me. The one thing that they have to be more consistent with is getting downhill more consistently, because what was the one big thing that we took away from them? When they couldn't get the ball downfield, they didn't scare my team.
Yeah. I mean, they kept they stayed in the game in that NFC game. A lot of things, if they went forward or some things could have went their way, the game could have changed in a different way. But the 49ers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If they got back to what you said, if they got more vertical, they could have beaten us. We took the passing game.
Yeah, you took you took a lot of things away from them. And the Lions take out the Seahawks. So the Seahawks really haven't played. They didn't play nobody heading into this game. They played the Patriots, the Dolphins, and the Titans. And those teams are. Yeah, this was their first major team they're going against. Vance, your mic is cutting out just a little bit, but it's technical, good little technical stuff that happens on these type of live streams. You sound like you're pretty distant, just a little bit. But man, what a good game from Amon-Ra. He went off in this game. Jameer, 2 TDs from him and Montgomery. We see the hug there. We see them getting in the end zone on this play. Very lot of window shopping in the. Oh hell yeah, that's way better. Okay. There goes Vance. Vance is in here. He's back in here, babe. Let's get it. What do you grade the Lions from this win? 42 points on the Seattle Seahawks, who were 3-0 coming into this game, but really didn't play nobody, like I said.
What do I give the Seahawks? I give them a C to a B minus, because I expected them to lose, but they looked better than I thought they were going to. I thought they were going to get blown out, and that, to me, they didn't get blown out. I mean, some people might think 13 is. I think they played better than I thought they were going to.
Yeah, and then they missed that kick before half. I know there was a kick before half that he couldn't kind of stretch it there. That might have cut the lead down and give the Seahawks a chance. But you expect the Lions to beat the Seahawks, even though the Seahawks in history have been destroying the Detroit Lions. But this is a different Detroit Lions team. Yes, their old records are they were pretty bad in old records. Not anymore. They're a team. You better have your clipboard ready against this team defensively and offensively, because that trick play got me out of nowhere. I'm not even gonna lie. When Amon-Ra threw that pass, I said, "What are they doing?" And then Jared Goff, the linebacker, was right there. That was kind of crazy.
It looked a little bit like Philly.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question.
It looked a lot like Philly.
Yeah, nothing to do with the game. I think the Lions jerseys, the black ones, look so good.
Oh, yo, that was the debut of their black jerseys. I was looking. Those so things good. They look like you better not lose with these jerseys.
Yeah.
You bring those jerseys out, you debut those jerseys. Hey, you better be ready to go. You better be.
I remember
about to whoop some ass.
You're correct. Because I remember after the show, if anyone wants to look it up, you can too, Dino. The Niners wore black jerseys once. They looked so good.
Yeah.
They have 2017. They wore them. They looked really good. I I think black jerseys in football in general just look really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, the
So-
black jerseys look really nice because we got some black jerseys, and I know they're really nice, but we've been having some bad luck with our black jerseys. So if we don't bring those out, I'm fine with it. But JD, he didn't change the aspect. I don't care what jerseys we wear, as long as Jaden Daniels is on that field, we got a chance, baby. I think Jared Goff took a safety at the end of the game. I don't know why he was passing the ball. They were kind of backed up. He took a safety at the end of the game. Jameson Williams, that 70-yard touchdown was something else. We seen that 70-yard touchdown from Jameson Williams. I think got it on the slide somewhere right here. Yes, sir.
There it is.
He went crazy in this game too. I mean, Jared Goff 18 for 18. Should he have got the game ball? I don't know who got the game ball. I'm thinking Jameson Williams got the game ball, but is there somebody you would have gave the game ball to? What is it, Jared Goff, or would it be somebody else?
I don't think there's a bad answer. Yeah,
I don't think it's a bad answer either. Seahawks really kind of mid on third downs, 5 for 10 on third downs. Key matchup: Carlton Davis versus DK. Carlton Davis played a decent in this game to start off. Then he got the pass interference, and then DK got the sideline down the field, almost called a touchdown, but he didn't get it, and the 2-point conversion. So it was like later in the game, Carlton Davis couldn't. DK Metcalf is a different specimen, so you have a difficult time going back and forth. But Carlton Davis held it down in a sort of way, even though he still went for over 100 yards. And then you see the Kenneth Walker acrobatic flip. Did you see that?
I did, yeah, a little bit.
That was kind of crazy. He kind of went off the dude. He went off the dude back. And that was kind of insane right there. You don't see much of plays go to the ground and then get back up and start running. You know what I'm saying? That's a very lucky play.
He probably was happy to be back on the field, man.
Yeah. He definitely was happy to be back on the field. Like I said, the running backs were amazing in the game. Montgomery did. I know you seen the one where he knocks a dude to his back and then breaks.
My dad sent me that this afternoon. He sends me that.
That was insane.
And he goes, "Dude's an animal," because he got popped and stayed up.
Yeah, that was completely insane from Montgomery right there. I wasn't expecting him, but sometimes he has flashes, then sometimes he could get stuffed, and sometimes all that type of stuff. But you in the chat, put your comment in the comment section. We'll answer all questions you have about any games you have seen or any player you want to talk about or any topic that you want our thoughts on. Put it in the comment section. If you join this after you see the live stream posted, just put something in the put something in the comments, and we'll respond to everything in the comments. But if you got a question, we'll answer it for you for anything or any topic you want to. 32-12. Titans get the win here, but it was a bunch of field goals. I mean, it was field goals all the way to almost the end of the third quarter. I think the MVPs go out to the field goal kickers. Miami, they didn't. Did Miami get? I think they got maybe one touchdown. I'm not sure if they got any touchdowns. I think they got a bunch of field goals.
Hold on.
Oh yeah, Huntley rushed in for the touchdown at the end in the fourth quarter. But other than that, it was a field goal phenomenon in this one. And how are we feeling about Tyreek Hill? He expresses his frustrations here in this video. Might be a little laggy or whatnot. I might have to go to Google, show y'all on Google. But yeah, he expresses his frustrations in this game. I would be frustrated too. A guy that's a remember, this guy got the number one ranked athlete in the NFL at a certain point in time. Would you be frustrated if you're Tyreek Vance?
Yes, but at the same point, you wanted to go there.
Yeah, so you're right. You're right.
Yeah. If I'm Tyreek, I'm mad, but at the same point, if I'm someone else, I'm telling him, you left Mahomes, you left all that. You could have had 2 to 3 more rings. You chose to go to Miami. You said out of your own mouth, Tua's better than Mahomes. That's on you. I'm not going to feel bad for you. If I was your teammate, I would, but you chose to leave.
Yeah, he did choose to leave. A really great team at that, Super Bowl caliber team who has gotten to back-to-back Super Bowls without him. So, hey, that team is doing really well. At Rashee Rice and whatnot, I don't know if they can trade for a wide receiver. I think Devontae might be in their sights, but we'll talk about Devontae in just a little bit. But Tyreek Hill, he whiffs on he whiffed on going to the Miami. I mean, it's your fault that you even went there. So you can't really complain and be on the sideline throwing a hissy fit or whatnot, or whatever you want to call it. You wanted to take the money, and sometimes when you take the money, you can end up on a bad team. Why do you think Brandon Ayuk didn't go to the Patriots? He got the bag that he wanted, but in real life, you want to go to the Patriots, or do you want to stay in Florida, in California, and stay with a team that's going, try to win a ring? We seen in this game where Huntley kind of threw it behind the back or something, and Tyreek Hill fumbled. He threw a backwards pass. That's what it was. It was like a lateral backwards pass, and Tyreek Hill didn't try to grab the ball, and they didn't think they rooted an incomplete pass, and then they got the turnover on the back end. Will Levis, he comes out, throws the interception off rip to I think it was a defensive lineman, or I'm not sure. Emmanuel Ogba throws the interception into Emmanuel Ogba. Don't know what position he plays. Don't follow the guy. So
I want to cut to a different thing. You were absolutely correct with Will Levis being done. Mason Rudolph didn't look bad.
Mason Rudolph got in, but field goals were more their aspect. Like Mason Rudolph, he didn't look that. You're right. Mason Rudolph didn't look that good, and the coach says that Will Levis, if he's healthy, he's still that guy. So I guess they still sticking with Will Levis, even though he's been playing bad and throwing bad footballs and doing bad things throughout the play of the game. But if like Justin Fields, he doesn't play nice, that, Vance, but he gets you wins. If you're winning games,
he's been playing a lot better recently.
Yeah, he's been playing a lot better recently. But if you're winning games, then you know what I'm saying, you got to be picky and choosy. What are you going to do? But I get
like you said, it's like you said on the phone call. Fields, the only way he doesn't play is if he shits the bed one game.
And that, like I said, and that bears the question: should Mason Rudolph start? Should Mason Rudolph start going forward, or should Will Levis get back in there? You see Will Levis here. Should Will Levis get back in there?
So I'm looking at the stats here on my phone, and I'm going to be honest with you. Every category Mason Rudolph was better in, except he didn't throw a touchdown. He was better in every category. Yeah, Mason Rudolph should be the guy. But I also think this team firing Mike Vrabel was a terrible idea.
That too. I think Mike Vrabel was a really good coach. I don't know why you fired him. But both quarterbacks didn't. Mason Rudolph, he didn't get in for the whole game, but you got in the first quarter. Will Levis got the shoulder injury in the first quarter, and you only got 85 yards to. So you're right, Vance. He didn't play that great. And Tyron Huntley, we know he's not a throw down the Tyler Huntley. He's not a throw down the field type guy. He got a bunch of rushing yards in this game, and he didn't play fairly well. Only 12 points to show of it. So you really can't really say anything about the quarterbacks. To Tony Pollard, Cowboys guy, 22 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown. It really was up to the rushing game in this one. Like Huntley was led the game in rushing yards as well. So like I said, he ran the ball a lot. And Jalen Waddle was your best receiver on that field, 4 receptions, 36 yards. Tyreek Hill got missed on the deep ball. I don't know if you've seen that. He got missed wide open on a deep ball. But it was really not much to talk about in this game. Tennessee led with time of possession, 34 minutes to the Dolphins, 25 minutes. Total yards from Miami, 184 yards on the game. Like that's pretty bad. Both turnovers for each game. Will Levis, for me, he's their future. But who knows? Who knows, bro? The Titans been going from Malik Willis to Will Levis to Marcus Mariota to Ryan Tannehill. I don't know where these guys are going at quarterback, but they're all over the place, Vance.
They are.
What is Will Levis still the future, and that's the reason why they're holding on to him at quarterback, and Brian Callahan wants to keep him at quarterback? Is that the reason, because they feel like he is their future?
That's a really good question. I will say, the one thing I will say is Levis isn't the guy, but I think I said it, give Rudolph a shot, because when he was with the Steelers, he didn't look bad. I get they don't have the same weapons, but you got to give him a shot.
Yeah. You gotta give him a shot.
Will he get one though? That's the question.
I'm not sure, because I feel like this team feels like they have a chance, but you got to be realistic. The Titans, you already are down 4 wins now, and nobody's taking you serious down the line, even if you make the playoffs. So I don't know, because just like the Steelers, you put in Mason Rudolph, but Mason Rudolph is just a backup at the end of the day. He's not getting you anywhere. He's not. You're not getting no starter out of him.
Backup, he's better than Will Levis.
Yeah. I'm not sure. Will Levis is pretty bad though. He's been playing pretty bad. Mason Rudolph is playing pretty bad. Y'all tell me in the comments on who you think should be the starting quarterback, Will Levis or Mason Rudolph. Who knows? Are you on my side, on the Will Levis side, or are you on Vance's side? Or are you starting Mason Rudolph? Because either way, it's a lose-lose situation here. Not great. Not great at all. Okay. Your boy, Christian McCaffrey, bro.
I saw that one.
Christian McCaffrey got Achilles tendonitis in both of his legs. How are you feeling? You're a Niners fan, Vance. What does this mean for your team going down the line?
I've said this. Jordan Mason looks really good, but again, running backs known to get hurt. You know that. The one thing that scares me is he's not our offense, but he's a damn big part of it.
Yeah, he is a big ass part of it.
The thing that I cannot get my head around is we were told that it was one leg, and then he went to Germany, and he comes back, and we're told it's both legs. Like, that is...
Yeah, like what is with that? It's like I'm thinking your boy's supposed to be getting healthy, and then all of a sudden we got another report that he has Achilles tendonitis in another leg.
So he went to Germany for a second opinion. To some really good doctor.
He's tendonitis actually in both legs now, Scott. Both legs, not just one. That's been an ongoing, recurring issue. So there remains a major question as to when McCaffrey will be back for the 49ers.
You hear that, Vance? I'm not sure. Man. I mean, it's not. Let me get this banner off of here. We're done talking about them.
It's tough, but Jordan Mason looks great so far.
Jordan Mason looks great, so that's what I'll say. While Jordan Mason is still, I think last game over 100 yards rushing. I think he got a TD in that game as well. He's been balling these first couple games. So, take your time and come back and be fully healthy come playoff time, and Christian McCaffrey will lead these 49ers team into the Super Bowl, and maybe y'all might actually win it with a healthy Christian McCaffrey.
I think he's out for the year. I really do.
And Achilles is nothing to play with too. Do you think it's a lot of punishment from last year kind of coming back to haunt him, or what are you thinking?
I believe he's out for the year. I don't think haunt him. I've been told Madden cover, which again, I don't believe any of that. I really don't. I just think he's a little guy. And yes, running backs are historically little guys, but the thing with him that makes him who he is he runs at tacklers.
Yeah.
But we've seen it when you run at tacklers and you're 5'9", 5'10", you're going to take punishment. So I think you're absolutely spot on, Dino. Him last year going the hell off.
Yeah.
He paid for it this year.
Because that last year, Offensive Player of the Year, wasn't he? Or who won that? Who won that award?
Yeah, he did.
So he put a lot of workload on his back last year. And Kyle Shanahan likes to run the ball. So if you're in that backfield, you will get punished. You're going to be running. You're going to get punished because he likes to run the ball to set up the pass for Purdy, and he can get an Ayuk or a Debo wide open downfield. And like George Kittle going up on them 3 people, snatching it down. That was pretty nice, man.
I gotta say, I told people you texted me when that happened.
That was a pretty dope play, but I think there were under for me. I think they're waiting come playoff time for you. He might be out for the season. I can see on both sides of him being out for the season and him coming back type playoff time.
Don't get me wrong. I want you to be right.
Yeah, I know you want me to be right, but Achilles is nothing to play with. I get that. I get that about that.
Here's an updated video for Christian McCaffrey. So we know he went to Germany for reportedly Achilles tendonitis in his lower extremity, the same calf that has calf strain as well. What we didn't know that just came out right now is that he actually has Achilles tendonitis on both sides, bilateral. Am I surprised? Not at all. Why? Because you don't just run with one leg. You run with both legs. And he's been doing this for a very long time. Think of the Achilles tendon as a rope. And I like to describe the rope as the connection between the calf and the heel. So every time you fire the calf muscle, it picks up the toes. Well, when it happens, it has to pull on that Achilles tendon. Well, over the years, it starts to slowly fray, and it starts to sometimes get inflammation around it.
Hey, he got a pretty good point. You run with both legs, and plus all that pulling going on your lower extremities, man. That can over time, no matter what, is gonna happen. He's a pretty down the hill runner, and he does not run away from contact. So
he runs toward it. That's the thing. I love McCaffrey, but he's in college with the Panthers, with the Niners. He runs at contact, and then this happens.
Yeah, I don't know down the line on if this kind of hurts your team or it kind of progresses your team. And what I'm saying, like you said, Jordan Mason is doing pretty good. So I think you're still in good hands, and I think you're still one of the top 3 favorites to come out of the NFC still with the injuries that you've been having. By these guys kind of getting injured. Yes, you don't want them injured, but if you can still win games while these guys can get healthy over time and they be better come playoff time, you kind of start to fear a 49ers team with Kyle Shanahan who can dial up some plays. Sadly, Dikembe Mutombo has passed away. Think due to brain cancer.
Brain cancer, yep.
Known for his finger wag. No. Get that out of here. You remember that commercial, the Geico commercial. We love that commercial.
The guy, he slaps the cereal. Yeah.
He slaps all this stuff around the grocery store and whatnot. That's kind of how, like I said, that's kind of how the big video from Dikembe Mutombo that I really love because that was on the TV all the time. Known for blocking shots in his career. He died announced Monday. He was 58. And yes, he was battling brain cancer. It's a sad thing. I had some people in my family who passed away from all types of cancer. And shout out to anybody out there who had that family member or that person who passed away from cancer. It's a hell of a thing. It's some bullshit, but some things kind of happened. But he basketball Hall of Famer. You ain't putting nothing up on him. He will stop LeBron James in the paint. He would stop probably not Shaq, but anybody coming up there, McKembe, he's not ducking from any of that. Three-time block champ, 3-time All NBA, 91, 92 All Rookie, 8-time All Star. The guy was on a different planet when he was yeah. He was on a different level when he was playing in Denver and Atlanta. You know, he had a good career, and it's sad to see one of the legends pass away in this type of frame and this type of, you know what I'm saying, aspect. We don't want anything to happen. A lot of going on. We got the Kimbe, we got the hurricane, what they call it, Helene. It's been more people, you know what I'm saying, passing away down the line, and more flooding. So put your heart out for the Kimbe Mutombo's family and the NBA world, and put your prayers out for anybody affected by Hurricane Helene. More people passing away. P. Rose, man, you can set the stage, set the floor on this man.
This is a tough one. So I'm a huge baseball guy. Pete Rose, hit leader, all-time hit king, 4,256 hits. I will die on this hill. The greatest nickname in the history of sports, Charlie Hustle. They gave you a nickname because you play so hard. Charlie Hustle was his nickname. So for those that don't know,
well, hustling.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, passed away, 83 years old. The cause of death, we still don't know. The one thing I do know,
83, very long
age,
life. 1941 to 2024.
Yep. I will say, looking at him, I said this to a friend of mine today. He didn't look as old as he really was. When you look at him, when you look at him pictures recently, he didn't look 83. Now, what I will say about Pete Rose is, I think a lot of you know this, is he's not in the Hall of Fame. Should be, but he's not, because he got caught gambling on baseball, which is now legal.
Yeah,
I said today to a friend of mine.
Baseball.
Yeah,
I'm not surprised.
I said to a friend of mine, though, if he gets in posthumously, baseball fans are going to be so mad, because they're like, you wouldn't put him in when he was alive, but you'll put him in after he died. If that happens, baseball has messed up big time.
Lions for life. Yes, sir. Y'all got that dub today. Sorry to cut you off, Vance, talking about your guy Pete Rose. He's that guy. But shout out to Lions getting that dub against the Seattle Seahawks. Thank you for Steve Wiles for commenting in the chat.
I will say, as someone who's from Ohio, and Pete Rose is too, it's a sad day for the state of Ohio. We've lost the all-time great. I don't care what people think he should be in the Hall of Fame or not. To me, he should be. We've lost an all-time great one. He was amazing.
Yeah, he said it looks amazing on some of the videos here. Shout out to any people who watch.
He ended Ray Fox's career right there.
Wow.
Watch this. Boom. Broke his shoulder.
For real? Damn.
Yes. That was an all-star game.
Oh, yeah, that's the recent picture of him. He doesn't look that old. He's very, very in high. He looked like he's around some good people here. He got a smile on his face. I'd like to see a guy smile. Like I said, passed away at the age of 83. So shout out to a long-lived life from Pete Rose, baby. Okay, we got some MLB playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about the postseason picture, the World Series bracket. Right. Who can come out of this? The New York Yankees are in there. My Braves are in there.
They don't play for a while, those two teams.
Yeah, the Dodgers are in there. Yeah, I see they got a couple bye weeks in here. I see you got the Detroit
Houston played a little bit ago. Detroit won 3-1 over Houston. And then the AL wild card, another one just happened. KC beat Baltimore at home 1-0.
Who's your favorite to come out of here and win the World Series out of baseball? fans? Who you think? Let me put the little picture, the postseason picture up on the screen for our fans or any baseball fanatics out there who want to stay tuned in to what's going on in the MLB postseason.
Hey, what was your question?
Who you think will come out? Who will win the World Series? Who will go to the World Series? Who's the team that you shouldn't sleep on? What's that team that will be eliminated? Give me all the answers and all the questions from
team
you,
shouldn't
Dan.
sleep on. The team that I think will win.
Yankees, baby, that's your team.
They are the winningest in the history of sport. So
yes, sir. And we need the Yankees in the World Series.
The team I wouldn't sleep on,
Philly, yeah, Harper and those guys are nice over there. He's finally getting his chance to try to get.
He's trying to go to a second World Series. He's been
yeah. My fault, gang. The camera kind of went off, but I'm still talking. You can still hear me. We'll be back on just a second.
I'm kind of over Houston, which they did lose game 1, but again, there's 2 more. I'm kind of over Houston. That's just me. But again, the series isn't over. They have to win the next 2 to win the series. Baltimore is another team that at any moment can be very, very scary because the Yankees learned this the hard way. They were really bad for a long time, and they just go in there, and they are just merciless, these young kids. The reason that I'm scared as a Yankee fan, but I want my team to win, is because Cleveland, New York, the Dodgers, and Phillies are just sitting for a week and a half. We're not playing. So we're not really getting game time action, whereas all these teams playing, they're coming off a series. That's the one downside to being a high seed.
Okay.
You're waiting on the team who've already played.
Okay, and you got it starts off good. You got that bye week, and you got talent on the Yankee side and the Philly side, and you get
everybody.
Yeah, you get that rest. It's gonna be a showdown, and a lot of people should have their eyes on baseball and in the future coming here in the playoffs.
But I can't. I want to also bring something up because Dino and I had discussed this. We had talked about the baseball season. There's been talk about shortening it, and Dino actually made a really good point. He said 120. But he said keep the playoffs in October, so start the season later.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll let you expand on that a little bit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot. I feel like if you get playoff time earlier and say they're in a good spot because you're not running into if you make it earlier, you kind of don't have to worry about football season. I think I would try to drop the games to where the playoffs kind of end before football season, and you can kind of get more eyes and more viewers on baseball. So I would cut the games down to where it's just like before the NFL regular season starts into like the preseason. MLB still going throughout the season.
So you're saying World Series ends before preseason football starts?
Yeah, before preseason football or during preseason, because preseason really doesn't matter. And if you got the World Series during the preseason, I think the World Series definitely. I'll be watching that then NFL preseason because I don't really care about NFL preseason because I don't know any of my third string guys on the roster anyway.
The only reason that's hard to do is because baseball is historically a summer sport.
Yeah. But just before the football season, that's summertime though, because the season starts in like September or October. So you end
it starts in
for football, it starts in like September, and you know what I'm saying, going into August and all that stuff like that. So you should end it right in August or maybe June or whatnot, just when NBA is not on and when NBA and when NFL is not on, you can get the most viewers at that time. Put your slots at where you can get the most viewers and you're the only thing on TV. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. So
that would be the best thing for baseball and will make y'all a lot of money and get more viewers to consistently watch the game of sport because this is the only thing I need to watch anyway.
I agree with that.
Let's listen to LeBron's comments about how much he has left in the tank. Do you think that LeBron still has it left in the tank?
The miles that I have,
believe he
and
does.
to be able to play at the level I played at, And it gave me like, okay, even more like a sense of, okay, I do have a lot in the tank, a lot. And I can help a big part of a team win the ultimate and whatever, if it's gold or if it's a Larry O'Brien trophy or whatever the case may be, I can still get it done. So,
hey, look, like I said, a little skippy, but you kind of could hear what he was saying. Like he thinks he has a lot in the tank to where he could still compete against the top guys in the NBA, so he could still compete for Larry O'Brien. So that was kind of his way of saying, hey, look, I could still get a championship down the line or whatnot. How do you feel about LeBron James saying he has a lot left in the tank and he can probably shoot for Larry O'Brien this year?
I mean, here's the thing I've learned with LeBron. He doesn't. There's no self-doubt. He believes what he's saying, and the best thing you can have is self-belief. He believes what he's saying, and I can't fault him for that. Even at 40, he's the best. He's a freight train coming at you when he dunks. He's 6'9", 260.
He showed that in the Olympics. And we'll play it here so you can hear it a little better though.
And it gave me like, okay, even more like a sense of, okay, I do have a lot in the tank, a lot, and I can help a big part of a team win the ultimate and whatever, if it's gold or if it's a Larry O'Brien trophy or whatever the case may be. I could still get it done. So that was pretty cool, just from an individual standpoint, to know that you could be out there with the best players in the world and still be able to have a big part of it, not only on the floor but off the floor too. So that was dope.
So yeah, he was definitely balling with the Olympic team this year, and those were the best players on, and some of the best players in the league. Yes, you don't got Nikola Jokic on the team or nothing like that, but you still got Joel, you still got Tatum, you still got guys like Devin Booker, Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant, and those are the guys you're going to see come playoff time and trying to fight for this Larry O'Brien trophy. Got to take some of the overseas guys out, Luka Doncic and Jokic and Giannis. You know what I'm saying? Those guys they start to rule and when it comes playoff time too. But
yeah, they do.
But he was balling on and he got the Olympic MVP, got their team gold, came down in the clutch most of the time and was the consistent scorer on the team. So, like you said, the confidence is always going to be with LeBron James. He's the king. I mean, what can you do? What can you do? So I don't know how y'all feel in the comments. Does LeBron have a lot left? Name me the time frame. Do you think, even though his contract ends in about a year, do you think LeBron can go over 40 into 43, 42 range, and maybe he feels good at the end of the year about his chances of winning the trophy? Does he go even more? So let's go ahead. We're going to end it off with some NFL Thursday pick. Who we got coming up, Vance? Let me look it up right quick. See NFL. Let's see what we got, baby. Let me share my screen right quick, and we can show
Falcons.
Buccaneers, Falcons. So we got the Buccaneers and Falcons on Thursday.
Buccaneers at Atlanta. Yep.
Hey, that could be
The spread is 1.5 Atlanta.
That could be a tight game. Who you got? Who do you have in this one, Vance, on October 3rd?
Oh my God, I can't believe I'm doing this. You know, I'm not a huge fan of him. Give me the Bake Show.
Give you the Bake Show?
I know you're a baker guy.
Vance wants the Bake Show.
Here's the thing: you love Kirk, but you're also a Baker guy.
The thing is, the Falcons are really getting there at like the skin of their teeth, like they getting out there at the end, like the Philadelphia Eagles game. If a play goes either here and there, they lose that game. I'm not sure who they versed last week, but they lost. They were close to to losing that
Falcons,
game.
they barely
That game
beat the
too.
Saints. They barely beat the Saints.
Exactly. They barely beat the Saints, and it came down to the last, I think, field goal. Young Wei Koo. Got to talk about that. Young Wei Koo. He gets the game winner for the Falcons. He kicks the franchise record and a record for the Atlanta Falcons to even get that win to be 2-2.
Yeah.
But the Buccaneers, the win that they're coming off of, and how they've been playing 3-1, one of the top teams in the league right now. Baker Mayfield is playing good. He's playing very good. Mike Evans is playing well. You put them in difficult situations, they can play bad. But Tampa Bay has looked like a better team. I don't know if it depends on if can Bijan Robinson run the ball, and can Kirk Cousins get timely throws at the right time and get Kyle Pitts more involved. Kyle Pitts has 0 points in fantasy. 0 points in fantasy. He's one of and when I talk about the word bust, and you can argue with me here, I think Kyle Pitts is on the prospers of becoming a bust.
You mean
because
like in the season this year?
Like, period. When he got drafted, he was regarded as one of the best tight ends that were going to be in the NFL to make an impact right away. The things he was doing in Florida, he was balling. You know what I'm saying? He was balling. So we thought he was going to be like a dominant tight end, and he's been very ghost-like. Like, where are you at times?
I don't want to be rude to your guy, but I'm going to try and be a little fair. Who is he had throwing to him? I know you're a Kurt guy. I understand that. But
Kurt's is not the best. Kurt's not the best.
Who you have throwing to you does matter.
Yes, yeah. And Kirk Cousins is not that. But when you have a lot of weapons too, because they do have Drake London, they do got Bijan Robinson. They do got a talent out there to feed. But Kyle Pitts is supposed to be that featured guy that you should be feeding.
Yeah,
and he hasn't been getting fed at all. Like I said, I got the Buccaneers in this one to go to 4-1, and then the Falcons to move to 2-3. Falcons still in the NFC, still could be in that hunt. You know what I'm saying? There's still a lot of still a lot of games left. We still got a lot of games left down the line, and we'll be there. We'll talk about it. Talk about it after Thursday. So we'll probably be on Friday. Check into WXTC, baby. And we'll be on the radio station there at Teal if you want to listen into some more sports. And then you can catch us on Friday reacting to the Falcons Buccaneers game. I had some trivia here for my guy Vance. When I show you the player, you say the take, and I will try to argue to that take. Okay.
What am I like? I look at the player, and what is my take? Like, good or bad, or?
Yeah, good, bad. I would have to argue that take though. I'm gonna show you on the camera because I don't got it on the slides right here. But you give me the take on the guy I'm about to show you in the camera.
All right. Overhyped.
Overhyped?
Yes.
You see what the guy is doing. He's putting up big numbers after big numbers every single play. Travis Hunter is his top wide receiver, and he even has him in the top conversation and in the Heisman. You know what I'm saying? We've seen the photo. We've seen the photo, and Shedeur Sanders, and he has his team at 4-1 now, and he beat 3-0 UCF. So I don't think this is a guy that is overhyped. I think this is a guy that is one of the top quarterbacks in college football.
He's yet to consistently beat ranked teams. The guys that you ranked ahead of him, Cam Ward, Quinn Ewers, one's ranked number 1, and one knocked off a pretty damn good team. Jalen Milroe knocked off Georgia, who you like, and
you're right.
And Cam Ward and Miami are pretty damn good. Like the guys that you've named that are better than Shedeur, Jalen Milroe knocked off Georgia. Cam Ward's knocked off Florida State, who's again not great. Shedeur Sanders, name aside, he cannot beat a ranked team.
Well, we'll get down to it, and eventually Shedeur Sanders and Deion Sanders will be ranked, and they're going to have to shut your mouth, Vance, down the line.
They'll be ranked, but can they beat a ranked team?
Makes sense. Okay, then we got this next player.
Not good.
Not good. I think he could turn things around. Give my man a running back at the trade deadline. It's not Daniel Jones' fault that the front office is as bad as it is, and they can't get him the right players around him at the right time. Just tell me if they would have kept Saquon and his front office didn't do something that dumb, and they kept Saquon, and then you got Malik Neighbors, and that takes the pressure off of Malik Neighbors, and that's why he wouldn't been injured right now if you would have had Saquon. And you see what Daniel Jones did with Saquon Barkley. He won a playoff game. So give Daniel Jones.
Won it he gave the ball to Barkley. He didn't win the game. Barkley did.
Yeah, but that's talent. That's talent around you. We go against Jalen Hurts when he doesn't have the talent and he's playing bad. We go against Tua Tagovailoa when he doesn't have Tyreek Hill or Jalen Waddle on the field. So we have to give the same respect to Daniel Jones when he does not have the team around him.
But here's the thing: even when he hasn't looked good. And I have family that are Giant fans, and they're like, "This kid's not good."
Damn it. Well,
what else you got?
My phone just went dead.
Who was the other one?
The other one was. Let's do this randomly. Kevin Durant.
Best scorer I've ever seen.
Well, if he was the best scorer, then he would be in the NBA Finals, and he wouldn't have been missing championship or getting bounced off in the first round or the second round. He wouldn't have. If he was the best scorer, he would have did something with Kyrie and James Harden. If he was the best scorer, he would have did something with Bradley Beal and Devin Booker. These are scorers on your team, and you're the best scorer. I mean, these three guys should be combining for over 200 points and beating teams just by points. I know it's a team sport and you got to think about defense, but if you're called the greatest scorer of all time and we're putting you up there as the greatest scorer of all time, I expect you to be in big games.
Well, here's the thing.
He just hasn't been in big game, Vance.
I'm going to use.
He hasn't been in big games. He hasn't been in big games.
He won 2 championships.
But who did he have beside him? Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and the top two, the number one team in the NBA.
I'm going to use what you just said. Let's see if you feel the same way. He was going off. The people around him weren't. Was James Harden and Kyrie, were they coming off great seasons? I'm using what you just said. You just said the same thing about DJ. Let's be fair here.
I expect Kevin Durant to be a great leader and express these complaints. Express, and that's his problem. Do the difficult things so you can win a championship. Don't be trying to go to these teams thinking you can lead a team to a championship and you can't lead.
Leading a team to a championship, I don't think it's his thing. You asked me something about him. I said greatest scorer. I don't take KD for me. He's the greatest scorer I've ever seen. Winning? No, he went to Golden State, which already had been established. But
Kevin Durant. Okay, let's go down the list. Kevin Durant, is he a better scorer than Giannis? No, he's not a better scorer than Giannis. Is he a better scorer than Luka Doncic? He's not a better scorer than Luka Doncic. He's not. He's not a better scorer than Luka Doncic. When it comes down to it, he's not the best scorer in the NBA now, and he isn't the best scorer of all time. If you can't get into the big game,
you're putting words in my mouth.
Not of all time. One of the top players of all time. One of the top scorers of all time.
That's not what I said.
So is he not? What is it?
Greatest scorer I've ever seen.
So you're putting him at top as all time. Vance, you're putting him at top as all time.
Yes, not for me, for me.
Yes. That's what I'm arguing against. I'm just arguing against your point. I think he's a great scorer, yes, but I think when it's said and done, he cannot get the team down to the games that he needs to get to score a lot of points. Remember the Bigfoot. You remember we call him Bigfoot now. Foot on the line, and he choked in that situation. When it comes down to it, he's not making big shots.
Here's the thing, though. But the Daniel Jones situation, I can use that. The same thing you said about DJ, I can use for KD. The guys that you have around you, if I have a killer mentality and you don't, I can't instill that in you. Even if you think KD's not the greatest scorer, he can't make Harden lose weight and care. He can't make Kyrie be a better shooter. He can do it. He can talk to them. He can't make them do anything. We're human beings. They're not
Okay.
robots.
But what did LeBron do? LeBron took his team, a bunch of plumbers, took them to the NBA Finals, and then he got
his ass
there.
kicked for years.
And yeah, but he still got there. Kevin Durant's getting bounced out in the first, second round.
The problem I have with the LeBron, there's one fundamental flaw I have with the LeBron argument. I like LeBron, you know that. There's one fundamental flaw I have with the LeBron argument. When in any sport, I'm going to give you something that I learned here. Do we remember, outside of LeBron, do you remember the losers of finals? Be honest with me. Do you remember who lost a certain final?
Yeah, he lost to the Dallas Mavericks.
I'm saying outside of LeBron, we don't generally remember who lost the finals. He's lost quite a bit.
He's lost quite a bit. But think about the teams he's been against though. This is what the one in a generation, once in a lifetime type team.
I cannot dispute that. That I'm not disputing. You know that. I cannot dispute that. But what I am saying
Tim Duncan is no slouch over.
No, I didn't say that. I'm not denying the teams he's played. I can't do that. You're never going to hear me say that he didn't play some great teams. I'm never going to say that. What I am saying with LeBron, though, is they say, well, he's made 10 finals. Okay. But any other player, if they did that, would be like, well, they lost 6 times. Like, I'm a baseball fan. I can do it because I love baseball. I have a question for you.
Yep.
Who lost the World Series 2 years ago?
Was it? I'm not sure who lost it 2 years ago. I'm not even gonna lie. Who lost
That's
it?
my point.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You don't remember losers.
But still,
you remember the people that win.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be rude to LeBron. He's a great player.
I think he's the most criticized player of all time, too, though.
No doubt. No doubt.
We seen Jordan. It came out officially that they stat padded his steals in order for him to get Defensive Player of the Year, and we don't talk about that. If that happens to LeBron James, Stephen A. will be talking about him. Shannon Sharp will be talking about him. We will be talking about him, and everybody around the world will be talking about how LeBron James is a fraud and his Defensive Player of the Year did not count.
Shannon wouldn't because Shannon loves him.
Come on now. But
Shannon wouldn't. Shannon loves him.
But yes, sir, great argument today. Y'all come back Friday. Tune into the radio station WXTC tomorrow.
Thursday.
Thursday. Yep.
WXTC 88.1. You can find it on the TuneIn app if you're not in the Greenville, PA area.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tune into that. We'll be talking a little about that on the radio station. If you are in the comments and you get on here after we are off live and you put whatever you want to say in the comments, we will respond to you in the comments on what you had to say. And keep viewing this. We will be staying consistently as possible and try to give you our reactions on the fly. I thank you for watching this video. I thank you for staying and watching us and Inside the Lines, baby. Tune in till next time. God bless.
God bless.